There's a number attached to you right now, a number you've never seen and never agreed to, and yet it already exists somewhere on a server you'll never have access to. You didn't sign anything for it. Nobody sat you down and asked your permission. It just quietly built itself, piece by piece, every single time you opened your phone. And somewhere, right now, while you're watching this, that number is actively being bought and sold between companies you've never heard of. Every single time you open an app, you didn't pay a single cent to download. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what that number actually is, how it gets calculated behind the scenes, and why free might genuinely be the most expensive word in all of tech. Here's the thing nobody ever tells you when you tap download on a free app. If you're not paying for the product, you are the product. That line gets repeated constantly online, but almost nobody actually breaks down what it means in practice. The real customers, the people this entire business is actually built to serve, are the advertisers, not you. And what those advertisers are buying from the app isn't ad space on a screen. It's access to you, specifically, individually, based on everything the app has quietly learned about you over time. Every single time an ad loads on your screen, something genuinely wild happens in the background, faster than your eyes could ever catch it. In under 100 milliseconds, faster than the time it takes you to blink, an entire hidden transaction plays out from start to finish. Dozens of advertisers are shown exactly who you are, all at the exact same moment, in real time. Your age bracket, your rough location, your recent searches, what you almost bought last week and then talked yourself out of at the last second. They bid against each other instantly, automatically, the same way traders bid on a stock exchange floor. Whoever bids the highest in that split second gets to be the one who shows you their ad. This entire bidding war happens before the page on your screen has even finished loading. You have been auctioned off to the highest bidder, and you never felt a single thing happen. This process is called real-time bidding, and it is the invisible engine that quietly makes free apps worth billions of dollars every single year. Think for a second about the biggest free platforms you personally open every single day without thinking twice about it. They are not giving you something for free purely out of the goodness of their hearts. That was never actually the business model. What they're really doing is building a profile on you, one that gets more detailed, more accurate, and more valuable every single day you keep using the app for free. Now let's talk about mobile games for a second, because this is honestly where the trick gets a lot more clever. Free-to-play games run on a completely different version of that exact same underlying trick. Take literally any big mobile game with in-app purchases sitting on your phone right now. The overwhelming majority of players, and we're talking well over 95% of everyone who downloads it, never spend a single dollar inside the game. But a tiny sliver of players spend more than enough to cover everyone else combined, and then quite a bit more on top of that. The gaming industry actually has an official name for these people: whales, meaning, put simply, a very big spender. And the entire game around you, every reward, every countdown timer, every heartbreaking, almost won moment, is quietly engineered from the ground up to find them. While everyone else plays completely for free and generates the reviews, the traffic, and the social proof that keeps brand new whales walking in through the front door. And this is roughly the point in the video where things start to get genuinely uncomfortable. Remember that number I mentioned right at the very start? The one already attached to you right now that you've genuinely never seen? It does not just stay quietly inside the one single app where it was originally collected. It gets packaged up, labeled anonymous for legal purposes, and then sold off to an entire category of company that most ordinary people have genuinely never even heard of. Data brokers, an entire industry built around a product you didn't know you were selling. Companies whose entire business model, their one and only product, is compiling deeply detailed profiles on individual people and then selling access to whoever happens to pay for it. Your approximate household income, your health-related interests, your relationship status, quietly inferred from your behavior online, not from anything you personally ever typed into a form. All of it compiled together into one profile that you yourself will genuinely never see, bought and sold repeatedly by companies you have never once heard of in your life. Now here's the part that actually affects you directly, in ways you would genuinely notice happening in real life. Price discrimination. It sounds abstract until you realize it's already happening to you. It already exists today, quietly, and it uses the exact same profile we have been talking about for this entire video. Open the exact same flight search on two different browsers, one logged in, one in private mode, and you may genuinely see two completely different prices for the same seat. Search for insurance quotes right after visiting certain health-related websites, and your quote may quietly come back noticeably higher than your neighbor's does. Shop for the same product repeatedly without ever actually buying it, and the listed price may slowly climb a little higher every single time you come back to look at it. None of this requires you to have done anything wrong whatsoever. It simply requires you to have used enough free things for long enough time. So let's zoom all the way out for a second and look at the full picture here, completely, start to finish, in order. Step 1. You download a completely free app onto your phone. Step 2. The app quietly collects behavioral data from you every single time that you use it. Step 3. That data funds the app financially through the real-time ad auction we just walked through together. Step 4. Whatever excess data is left over gets sold off to brokers who use it to build an even fuller picture of exactly who you really are. Step 5. That completed profile gets sold once again, this time to businesses that use it to set prices, target offers, and quietly make decisions about you, all without you ever once knowing it happened. The entire exchange happening every single time you tap Install on a free app is not actually free at all, not even close. You are paying with a slowly built, constantly updated, extremely detailed profile of exactly who you are as a person. And that profile only gets more valuable and gets sold more times the longer you personally keep using the app for free. Which means the free app was never actually the cheap option to begin with, not even close to it. It might genuinely be the single most expensive thing you own on your entire phone. You're just paying for it in a currency that never once shows up on any receipt. So, given all of that, what do you actually do with this information now that you have it? You can't realistically opt out of the internet entirely, and this is not a video telling you to go delete every single app off your phone. But actually, understanding how the mechanic works underneath genuinely changes how you interact with it going forward, permanently. Use private browsing specifically for price-sensitive searches. Keep a separate email address just for free sign-ups. And always check whether a service offers a paid tier that actually removes the data collection completely. Small, simple things. But they genuinely work because now you actually understand exactly what the machine underneath is optimizing for. So next time you see the word free on an App Store listing, just genuinely pause for 1 full second before you tap install and ask yourself the one question that actually matters here. If I'm not paying with money, what exactly am I worth to them instead? That's the real fine print hiding underneath every single free app you own. You just usually can't ever read it. If you want to know how that same profile follows you around when you shop online and why two different people can pay two completely different prices for the exact same seat on the exact same flight, that's exactly what the next video covers. Subscribe now so you don't miss it when it goes up.